everybody? This is Jason Lee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
And I'm Melyssa Ford, a.k.a. The Curve Queen.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Giovanni. Hold up.
And finally, the Curve Queen is back. She's been all over the damn world.
Thank you.
I missed you.
I missed you guys, too. I missed my chair. It's still warm from all the activity.
You had the Ice Queen, Claudia Jordan, sitting in it while you were gone.
Claudia was here. Tori Hart was here. She was dope.
Yes,
Jessica
Tori.
White was here. So thank you, ladies, for keeping my chair warm. But I'm back.
I thought you were out trying to collect unemployment. I'm like, where the fuck is she at? You've been out for a while.
No, you guys know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you followed my Instagram story, I was in Italy and Paris for a little while. And then I came back, and then my mom, unfortunately suffered a heart attack. And so that
How was she doing?
She's doing much better. But I had to, obviously haul ass to Toronto just to, make sure she's okay. She's my only living parent. And really she's like my family. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Other than extended, that's all I got.
Well, she was definitely in my prayers and our thoughts, and I'm glad she's okay, and I'm glad you're back.
Thank you.
And you are glowing.
She getting dick now.
You look like a Super Saiyan. You glowing so much.
that part.
So can we just say now that you've passed the phase of this romance you're in, and now you're getting dick?
I have a boyfriend. I do.
Right when the music drops, you claiming right now on Hollywood Unlocked that you officially are in a relationship.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're happily in a relationship. You're back in the gym with Hollywood Hino, who's kicking your ass. I'm afraid of that guy.
You should be.
He looks like, but you look like you're keeping up with it though. Boxing, jumping rope, running, climbing,
guy.
crawling.
But I used to train with Hino back in New York because, he lived in New York at the same time that I did. And Hino is, as far as trainers go, this guy is so perceptive. You don't even have to say anything. He's already monitored you, and he's got workouts ready for you. He's just amazing. His motivation is dope. I love him.
I'm intimidated.
You should, but
I
you
gotta
should
see
be
him.
because he makes you work really, really
Did you ever
hard.
throw up with him before?
I've cried. No, I'm not joking. I literally cried my soul out because I was so angry and in so much pain and mad at him and frustrated with myself. And I've cried. I've come close to throwing up, but kept it down.
I know when I get back in that full force, I'm gonna throw up.
It's tough. I go home.
We should have a weight off.
I weighed myself the other day.
A weight off. Let's do a competition. See who can lose the fastest.
It would probably be me.
It won't.
Okay.
No, because I could sit at home for 2 weeks and just juice my ass off.
No, but remember, I'm an athlete.
No, we don't know that.
I didn't know that.
We don't know that.
Sorry.
We don't know that.
First off, dancing professionally for 11 years is athleticism.
Hold on, let's back up because everybody gagged right now.
Yo, fuck you.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to go back to Italy. You can go to hell.
Wait, so what type of athlete?
Well,
did you throw the javelin?
Dancing. No, I played football in high school, but I danced professionally for 11 years. So 11 years of dancing, your body's conditioned to whip back.
Were you a tight end?
Go to hell.
Wide receiver?
The funniest shit was they said no, we didn't
Defensive
know
back.
that. No, I used to throw that D.
I bet you did.
Okay. Anyways.
Ain't nothing like a team that can throw the D.
But I can't say this, Melyssa. I like you like this.
What's this?
A little bit more healthier.
What was I like
Are you
before?
trying? What do you mean healthier?
What was I?
Like when I
You don't know how to give a compliment to a woman.
That's okay. I want to hear this.
I like you. I don't know. I like it.
Heavy?
No, I would say more healthy. Because when I first met you,
Healthy thinner, healthy thicker, healthy what?
Thicker, stacked. When I first met you, you was thick, but it was plow. But now I just like it like this.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying. I just saw Rihanna in New York. I said this while you were gone.
Yes.
She got the Melyssa Ford body now.
Yes,
she got that ass and her titties. She looks really good.
That shit is amazing.
She looks like a fucking ice cream cone.
Well,
I'm straight, but. Wow.
I was almost afraid to say this yesterday, but I was on live talking to my, 100 followers or some shit in New York in San Francisco while I was looking for Starbucks. But I said, when Danielle told me that Rihanna has listened to the show and wants to meet me, I fanned out. I ain't gonna lie. I'm still a Beyonce. Beyonce still is, God, Beyonce and Oprah. Wait, God. Anyway, she's in there somewhere. If we could get a Rihanna interview, I think that would be so funny.
Yeah. Has she done any
I don't see her doing our interview with us.
You don't know that. If she's watching, you never know who's watching.
Well, Rihanna, if you come on here, I'm telling you right now, I am going to make that the most funniest, messiest interview ever.
I just want to hear that accent.
Yeah. Did you know that her best friend's name is Melyssa Ford?
So I was going to trade.
That's so
You have
random.
no idea how many times people ask me about Rihanna's business. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not that Melyssa Ford.
That would be funny if you and the other Melyssa Ford hung out.
Yeah,
then it'd just be like-
it would be super confusing too.
Two Melyssa Fords.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, like we look nothing alike. She's tall. I'm short. She's
Darker,
she's
you're
darker
lighter.
complected. I'm super,
Her last name is Forde.
My grandmother took the E off.
Really?
We're all three of us are from Barbados, and Barbados, like the last name Ford is a big last name over there. Like half the island has the last name, and they spell it Forde. My grandmother took it off because I guess people in this country were just saying 40. And she was annoyed.
So what else did you do besides travel, Melyssa, and just, get your business thrown all out today?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's it. Just, taking care of my mom and, just going back to Toronto. Let me tell you something about Toronto. It is Drake's town. No. Like, you can't go to the bathroom without hearing Drake's music. It's it's in elevators. It's in the mall. It's
Are there
in hospitals.
owls everywhere? Are there owls everywhere too? I feel like that's some kind of omen.
I didn't see any owls while I was there. There was also a heat wave while I was there. I was like, so if you don't believe in global warming and climate change, that's bullshit, because almost October in Toronto should be, I don't know, maybe like, well, we go by Celsius, so it should be like 12 degrees. So what is that? Like, I guess like 60s, 65 or something like that at the very most. No, it was 100. It was so fucking hot. It was uncomfortable. And I was just dealing with my mom and my aunt, and
I FaceTimed you one day and you looked ready to go. You were sitting in the backyard. And why the fuck did y'all have a cat on a leash?
Maybe it was a baby feline.
Can you please explain? No, they had a cat on a leash tied to something.
It's my mom's cat, Harley, and she puts him on a leash because
I'm calling Peter.
she doesn't want him to run away.
What?
But if the cat lives there, why would the cat run away?
She must have just got him.
Listen, I don't know. We've never put our cats on a
See,
leash before.
that's the problems with women. Y'all always trying to put something on a fucking leash. A man, a cat, children, especially white women like your mom. The children be on leashes.
I agree with that. I fully agree with that. My child would not be running around motherfucking Walmart tearing shit up.
You would put your child on the leash?
Hell yeah.
Why would you?
Hell yeah.
But why would you be in Walmart? I haven't seen a Walmart in years. I don't even know where Walmart is.
I love
Jason,
Walmart.
You know you've seen a Walmart.
I have not been in Walmart in years.
I go to the one in Burbank. I love it. I love it. We're supposed to be boycotting, Walmart and shit like that, but you can't beat Walmart's prices, man. Shit. Okay, fine. I'll stop. I'll just do Amazon.
I think Walmart should release a tape of all their employees who fight on the clock.
Oh, that shit was hilarious. On the break.
There's a page on Instagram
I know, I follow
dedicated
it.
to Walmart fights.
I know, I follow it.
Wonder what the
I
hell
follow
they're
it. That's
fighting
the
about.
most ratchet shit that I follow. I love that. It's hysterical.
Damn, that's deep.
Because a lot of what?
Jason's making fun of
Because
me.
every show I've noticed in watching it, he says, "Wow, that's deep," and I say, "So." I'm trying not to do what I do, and I'm doing what he does.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, and just a message to all the people listening right now that are saying, "Oh, Melyssa shouldn't be there," or, "Oh, Jason's a messy queen," or, "Oh, Gio's not straight." Whatever you're saying, fuck y'all, because we don't do this show
Yeah, I
for
don't
you.
give a fuck.
We do this show for the people who want to tune in to some new, fresh shit that isn't ran by the
Let me tell you
dinosaurs of the
something.
industry.
It's this one person that is always on fucking Hollywood.
Don't say
on
their
YouTube.
name.
No, I'm going to because it's a troll.
But don't give them that.
All right.
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay.
a troll.
I was.
Were you gonna finish your thought though?
No, I'm good. Continue on.
I mean, you can't fall asleep mid sentence. It's kind of fucking not what we do
I'm
radio.
cool.
Do they come after you, or do
No,
they?
just everybody's like, one minute's like, oh my God, I love it. Next minute, Melyssa or Giovanni.
But you know the crazy part is
Then
it's the
it's like,
same people every week. Like y'all keep tuning in. Y'all miserable motherfuckers. Go create your own shit. Like I told Claudia, me and Claudia had a disagreement about how things should run on this show. Go create your own show. I mean, the world is just it's just open for your picking. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Is
The world is your oyster.
The world is your oyster.
That's
Go
the phrase.
suck it.
Well, anyways, on that note,
But Gio, what have you been doing?
I was gonna say, what did I miss? What's
I
happening?
have. Well, I just booked the. I'm gonna say right now, a reoccurring role on Black Jesus.
What
Nice.
is that?
It was a show on Comedy Central, created by Aaron Magruder of the
Oh,
Boondocks.
okay. I heard about that. Oh,
and please don't tell the audience that you have to gain weight for that role.
I love Aaron Magruder.
No,
He's
I
the
don't.
creator of the Boondocks.
I was gonna pray that expectation
And
away.
Rusty Cundiff is exec produce. So I just booked that. I start filming on October 17th. And I actually booked it as my character, OG Bobby Love. They love him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody does. Okay. Sorry. Listen, I'm getting back into the game, trying to throw some shade.
I just want OG Bobby Love to like get a new outfit.
No, that's the beautiful about
He
that
can't
character.
he can't get another suit?
No, that's
Another
that's the,
zoot
that's
suit.
the listen.
go to
that's
a
the
vintage
beautiful
store.
about
But you
the
know
character.
what? But you know what? I will commend you. I will commend you this. Again, I don't give out many compliments because I was trained in my career before entertainment that it is not about the accolades, people. By the way, when do we start getting nominated for awards and shit? Because I need something. I do want something on a wall, even though I don't have a wall for that shit. Okay. I really feel like social media and the industry emasculates black men in order for them to pop on social media. Joanne the Scammer, you got to be a woman. Blame it on Quay. Love Quay,
Yeah.
but you got to be a woman. Why do we have to have wigs and makeup and create these characters that are effeminate in order to really pop? I mean, that's not everybody, but I just kind of feel like in the influencer world, it's what they want.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I know. I get it. I mean, I chose not to go down that road. You know, I created this character like 7-8 years ago, and I stuck with him. But to talk about his outfit, like, it's funny because that's the funny in it. Like, the nigga keep the same outfit on, and he never light his cigarette.
So basically, he's a broke nigga.
No, like I have written the script because I did write a script based off this character. You go into his closet, it's just all the same.
Were you
suit.
inspired by Martin Lawrence's character,
No,
Jerome?
I was inspired by Red Fox, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
Red
I
Fox.
see that.
So
I
you
see
said when
that.
you go into his closet,
It's just all the same suit.
when they go into your closet, what they find?
Go to hell. And that's that. And then actually the 21 Savage project drops October 13th.
What's that called?
Savage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, October 13th. Shout out Larry Jackson over at Apple Music. Thank you for that.
Do you
job.
have a relationship with Larry Jackson?
Hey man, sometimes you just gotta, I ain't gonna shout out everybody I be hanging with, man.
Listen, Larry need to get that check because Larry got Larry got money.
Yeah, he got money.
He was a part of the whole Apple Music Beats by Dre move.
Ooh. Yeah.
And and I met your boy last night for the first time.
Who's my boy?
Diddy, Puff.
Oh, I heard you met Puff. He's
Yeah.
not my boy yet, but
Well,
we're
you know what
working
I mean.
on that.
You know, went to the Cassie screening with, some of the college.
Did you say I know Jason Lee because he don't know me
I
like
didn't.
that?
I really
Okay.
didn't. No, I didn't at all.
Okay,
I was in there partying up with Lorianne.
nice.
Yeah, and then I had a good night.
How did Cassie look?
She looked good.
Cook good.
Yeah, she looked cook good, cool and good.
She's cute.
She's
gorgeous.
She's cool.
She's sexy.
Yeah. Yeah, she
And
is.
that's it, man. Life is good. Still trying to.
So what did you say to Puffy? You walk up to Puff Daddy, one of
Actually,
the
I
richest
just said,
black men in the world.
me, I have no fear. I just like, yo, man, great project. Nice to meet you. I'm Giovanni Watson. He was like,
You didn't say we have a show called Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. We'd love
No.
you to come on.
no, I didn't.
Oh.
I was in the moment. I was drunk.
Clearly. Okay, what have I
Alrighty
done?
then.
What have I done? I have been just working. I haven't traveled. Did I go anywhere?
You went to San Francisco.
I went to San Francisco just for a 24-hour trip. But so okay, I'll talk about that. So I went to San Francisco for this new project opportunity, but I ended up going and having dinner with the richest people from Chile, which was random.
Chili the country or Chili the
Restaurant.
restaurant?
You know I ain't going to Chile, the restaurant.
I mean, no. I
Chili
mean, the
the
people that own the franchise.
Darling, darling,
Okay.
Chile, the
Darling.
country.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me more
So
about
I
that.
met with a friend of mine from New Mexico who is an investment person who manages a bunch of wealthy people around the world. And he brought the Duke of Spain, who I've been on calls with trying to figure out how to work together. So they flew in to San Francisco. So I already had meetings. So I went and had dinner with them. And then they introduced me to all these rich people from Chile.
Did you tell them that you had a show Hollywood Unlocked? You want them to come on?
Sent them my proposal and everything. Already getting the text messages.
Duh.
But of course, I get straight to the business. What we talking about? But other than that, well, I did have a revelation.
What?
Is it revelation?
Yeah, Revelation.
I spend too much money on people that don't deserve it.
Dang, that's deep.
And so
Like
just flying them in town, I had, I flew somebody here and then mid-flight I thought, I shouldn't be doing this. It fucked up the whole energy for the whole weekend.
I'm so glad that you're finally there. You can lead a horse to water. You just
can't
can't. You
make
can't
him
make it drink. I've been like, Jason, stop.
Yeah.
Just-
I think but you know what's crazy? And this is the part I don't understand. The moment that you stop showing them all love, they all want you now.
That's human nature.
No, that's bullshit. That's black people shit. It's black
nope,
shit.
That's human nature. We covet what we feel like is out of reach for us. Forbidden fruit.
So the minute you stop showing interest, there they are.
Suddenly they're just like, wait a minute, hold on one second here.
That ain't nothing but the devil. Well, I'm not letting anybody play with my emotions anymore. I have been literally just unplugging from everybody. This one person who I was interested in, I literally text them and said, I'm not interested anymore.
Really?
No reason. Just, I'm not.
And leave them just hanging like that.
There's no hanging because unless we're in a relationship, do you really need closure from somebody that you're getting to know?
That's true.
No.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. That depends.
I'm getting to know you and I decide for whatever reason, maybe God told me or I saw some on the internet, I don't want to know you anymore. If I just don't want to know you, do I have to explain why?
No, you don't.
Sorry, he didn't get that. I'm sorry, I'm not interested anymore.
That's painful.
I know, life is.
That's painful.
And I just got to keep it moving because at this point, I'm so enthralled in my business and so just motivated to be successful. I woke up this morning to a text message from Nick Cannon, who was our guest last week. One of probably my favorite guests so far. He's given us a really good conversation. And he was just like, yo, I got networks interested in some ideas with you. Let's work. So I love the fact that there's people like that who are successful in the industry that want to open the door. Because I told him there's so many dinosaurs in this industry that don't want to get the fuck out the way. You know what I'm saying? So
dinosaurs.
It was interesting to see that. So I'm excited. And then also woke up to a message that Russell Simmons is coming on the show next week.
Yay!
Oh, wow.
So,
Uncle Rush. I still got to take his yoga class.
Do you know Russell? Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know everybody. Why haven't you need to get some bigger celebrities up here. Call some people. Shit. I want, you know who I want on the show?
Who?
Viola Davis.
Who wouldn't?
How do we get her and Taraji? I feel like Taraji's reachable.
Taraji P. Henson?
Yeah.
I can see what you mean right there.
Taraji P. Henson, I feel like she would be. I'm gonna reach out to.
I think she would be more down to do.
My friend Larry Sims does her hair. Larry, I will be calling you to get Taraji P. Henson. I think she would be a great interview.
She would be a fabulous interview. Maybe it's the fact that she's so approachable that she seems like a gettable celeb.
She seems like I just know her already. She don't seem like.
Yes, no, she does come off
but
that way.
But she's a big star.
She's a massive star. She's Oscar nominated for crying out loud.
That's just a trophy. That's Taraji.
She's cool as a motherfucker. Yes.
Do you know Taraji? Do you know anybody that knows Taraji? Does Laz Alonso know Taraji?
Yeah,
just Larry.
Yeah, I've done like a table reading with Taraji before.
Okay, well read the table back and get her on the show.
Yeah.
Let's reach out to Taraji.
Okay.
Taraji, bring your ass on the show.
Come on ahead, Taraji.
I did hang out with Keyshia Cole the other night.
Okay.
Keyshia then reached out to me. Keisha's coming on the show next week. Her new album's dropping. And so we went to the W Hotel, me, her, and Joe Exclusive, who was the ex-boyfriend of Zell Swag, whose interview aired yesterday, that is creating all types of havoc in these Hollywood streets.
Zell
was a good interview.
He's hilarious.
He's a different kind of good.
He cussed like somebody's uncle.
He's a different kind of good because Lorianne Gibson was good.
Yes.
Nick Cannon was good.
Yeah.
Hell, Tank was good.
Tank
was great.
Hell, the girl sucking the cucumber was good.
Yes.
Elizabeth Ruiz was good.
Yeah.
We had some
Cardi
good
B
shit.
was good.
Yes.
Amber Rose was good.
Okay, so going back to Zell.
But to Zell was a different type of good. He was a no hold bar, said whatever the fuck he wanted, and it has really bothered a lot of people. So Joe was really uncomfortable with the interview coming out, and he asked me not to put it out.
Really?
But I said to him, I decided a long time ago when it came to my brand that I have to be true to it. And so if that's his story, he got to put it out. But to Joe, I said, you can come on the show and say your part.
Yeah.
But he's thinking about it. But, I can't pick and choose when I want to let people tell their story.
Right.
It's painful as it is to listen to.
I told Joe, I said, Joe, we did an interview with Zell. It's coming out. I gave him the forewarning.
No, the problem was everybody was giving him the forewarning. So when you called, and I called, and Jessica called, and Danielle called, she's like, "What?" He's like, "What the fuck went on?"
Say?
I just said, I'm not going to tell you. It's just really bad. You just have to watch it. But anyway, back to Keyshia. I love Keyshia Cole. She's so fucking funny.
She is.
So she's having her little red wine, and she had maybe one or two, and after that second or third
It's
one,
a wrap, yeah.
it was a good time. So I just texted her when I landed. I said, we got to hang out tonight. So she's there. And when we were meeting, we happened to run into Masika.
Oh,
and we had a full full out scene of Love and Hip Hop.
Okay,
on
so
the
hold
patio.
on. Does Masika and Keyshia Cole get along on the
Keyshia gets
show?
along with everybody because she's a real star.
Okay.
And she's cool. Masika was trying to explain to me why her issues are with Zell. I was explaining to her my issues with Masika. She was explaining to me why I shouldn't have an issue with her. And I told her, Moniece is going to betray you, believe it or not.
Okay.
And so she's going to come on the show next week too. But I mean, it was a good conversation in the end. But, yeah.
I love me some Keyshia Cole, man.
Yeah, Keyshia, she's dope.
When Keyshia first came out, what was that song that she
Came out like as an artist, right?
As an artist,
Okay.
yeah. You Don't Know Me or
With that song she came out with,
Kanye West.
she said,
Yeah.
I should have cheated.
No. But I was going to tell a story. So this is back in New York, and she had just done an interview on Hot 97, and this was when I want to say that Sway was on the show when he was the lead personality and whatnot, and Miss Info and whatnot. They came after her, and so did like a lot of the
Who's
people
they?
calling the hosts of the show.
Why?
I don't know. They were just giving her a hard time. Hot 97 was notorious for that, like especially from the
So
days.
they were like bullies.
Yeah, especially from the days of Star and Buck Wild.
And Wendy Williams.
Yeah, they set the trend.
Okay.
And so they kind of came after her. They gave her like a really, really hard time. And so did the people, calling in. New York is a really tough audience. It's a really difficult market. And so I saw her later on that day. We were doing something for BET. I was a host for BET at the time. And we'd never met before, but I walked over to her. And I'd heard that she was like a little rough around the edges and stuff like that.
She's from East Oakland.
Yeah, I you know me, I'm diplomatic, rough around the edges. So I just walked over to her and I put my hand on her knee and I was just like, I just want to tell you that you handled yourself extraordinarily well during that interview because it was really hard and they came for you. And I've been there before. And she it looked like the weight of the world came off her shoulders. She was just like, thank you.
Well, I know part of her coming on this show, she's been the only one celebrity to say, I want to prove the questions. And I said to her, that's just not our format, but you're going to be okay. And I think that Keyshia, like just having hung out with her, because even though I've been around her a few times, I'm really weird around celebrities I don't know because it's just like I know them as the brand and then they know me as the brand. So where does that coincide?
Right.
But like I told her, I'm a fan of yours. I should have cheated was a mantra of mine for many years. And I feel you. So Keyshia Cole's coming on the show and I'm excited. And then before we go to some music, Nicki Minaj, I said this at Fashion Week, handed this out. This has been in my fucking house. So my cleaning lady is, what is this big old pink box? So this thing from
That
Mac,
is fucking fabulous.
isn't this dope?
That is awesome.
All that box for just two little
no,
lipsticks?
shut the fuck up. Pull that drawer out.
I'm gonna let you pull it out. Pause. But this is yours. Here, you
Look,
slide that
all
to
this
her.
box with just two damn lipsticks.
Motherfucker, I got back from a long time off. You didn't come bearing gifts?
Yeah,
Of course not.
What you got for me?
His motherfucking self. What's in there? I didn't
it's
even
more
open that.
shit.
I didn't even open it. What is it?
It's more accoutrement.
What is it? Can I see it? Is it a lot?
It's a whole tray
I coulda
of
sold that
lipstick.
online.
Bitch, fuck you. It's mine
Let
now.
me see it. Turn around. I could have. Nikki didn't tell us she was giving all that.
How much you think this is valued at?
I don't know, but everybody's been trying to get because it's sold out all over the world.
More than Fenty?
Oh, well, look at her face. See, this is how niggas get pussy. They give them makeup.
You want some pussy, Jason?
No, you can keep that shit. Sorry, I'm allergic. But anyway, yeah. Shout out to Nicki Minaj and Mac and for providing.
Thank you to Nicki Minaj. Thank you for holding on to this for me.
course.
I really appreciate it. This is fan-fucking-tastic.
I ain't gonna lie. When I opened it, I only saw 2 lipsticks, so I was like, "Oh, this."
That's
ain't-
what I'm saying, like,
this is
all
nice,
these
but it
Because
ain't
you
all
don't
that.
look past the end of your nose. That's why.
Because
But what was you
once
gonna
you
do
put
with
the
lipstick?
tip in, what else is there? But had I opened it, I probably would have sold that.
Damn, I would love to get this to my girl. She'll take me back quick.
Well, that's okay.
That's hilarious.
So what's up with the hot topics?
Well, unfortunately, we have to talk about another mass shooting that's happened. The shooting that happened in Vegas. I know you were probably getting calls, like I was getting calls, if we had anybody that might have been affected by the tragedy. One lone gunman, which, we don't know for sure, allegedly, basically checked himself into the Mandalay Bay Hotel on September 29th. Stayed there for a couple of days and basically waited for that
Music festival.
Yeah, it was no. It was a country music concert. James Aldean, I believe
Was
his
on
name
stage
is.
at the time.
Yeah, and he basically let loose, killing 58 people.
59.
59 people, yeah, and injuring more than 500. There's been a lot of reports about the fact that there was more than one shooter. That hasn't been confirmed. It's not even really being discussed. It's more of a conspiracy theory. And it's fucked up because they found like 42 assault weapons and guns, etc., in his hotel room.
Jeez.
And it's frightening because this is becoming the new norm. And honestly, I thought that Sandy Hook, and I tweeted about this or Instagrammed this, I thought that Sandy Hook was going to be the thing that woke people up to the fact that our gun control laws have to change. You know, when 26 kids, like small children under the age of 10, were murdered by gunmen, and nothing's changed, you know? And that's because the NRA is such a powerful organization, and their lobbyists have a bunch of politicians in their pockets, so Congress won't move on this.
Well,
and people are going to continue to die.
Well, what's interesting is that night I actually downloaded a police scanner because my friend was in Las Vegas and she was there for work, but she was hiding in the closet because she was terrified. She's like, turn on the police scanner. There's more than one shooter. So I turned on the scanner. They had multiple people getting shot at different hotels.
Wow.
But that didn't get out in the media. So I'm listening to this, and they had like X amount of people at this hotel shot. There were like 4 hotels where different people were shot. But just imagine like you're out in a public place enjoying a concert and you hear all this noise, which firecrackers and fireworks for Vegas isn't.
It's not out of the norm. Yeah.
And
especially
so,
during a concert, you would expect, some,
production.
Exactly.
And this is the same place where iHeart Music Festival was just not too long ago.
Just a week before.
Right?
Yeah.
But to think about, these people were running to the bullets. They were running it. And then the stories that I've watched where people were on top of each other, just literally getting shot. And a friend of mine had just landed from Germany and was on the strip in the middle of it and was Snapchatting it all. And literally, shots are going off. People are coming. There's a person dead on the floor here that had run from the place, and the person literally a little bit further had died. So it was like a war zone. But the thing that made me the most disgusted was our fucking president. You know, when we first started talking about Trump on this show, it started out with maybe we can work with him, maybe we can find a common ground, maybe we can figure this out. Ain't no fucking common ground. This nigga's a racist. He's emotionless over real life shit that all of us go through every day. To call that tragedy a miracle and come out and say, oh, it's a miracle. I know what he was probably trying to say, but he's so fucking suffering from dementia or something that he can't get all his shit out. People died and people were murdered and people were massacred by a white terrorist. And he refuses to acknowledge white people as being terror groups. The KKK, hanging niggas, you're a terror group. This white man who was laid up in a hotel with this massive arsenal of weaponry and shooting all these people was a terrorist. Why can't you just call him what it is? Why? Because it will piss off the white racist group of people in this country who actually support this piece of shit. So I'm pissed.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there's been an ongoing debate as to whether or not to call this person, his name is Stephen Paddock, a terrorist.
But who's really debating? White people.
A lot of people are debating.
But who's not wanting to call him? Who won't call him a racist? A terrorist.
So the reason why people don't want to call him a terrorist is because the definition of terrorism, maybe that is what has to change. So they basically say the definition of terrorism is somebody who commits an act of violence against a group based on political or religious beliefs.
Okay.
This guy's he's a mass murderer.
When you're running for your life, you're in terror.
Yeah.
Of being shot. It's terrorism.
Exactly. But here's my problem with the whole situation is that they aren't. It seems like they're trying to hide who he really actually was. So like they're throwing out all these claims that, he was taking some kind of drug that might have encouraged, aggression. They're trying to whitewash, no pun intended. They're trying to whitewash the real issue, which is what he did.
No, let me tell you what they're doing.
And how evil it was.
Let me tell you what they're doing. They're humanizing him.
Yes.
He's not a human. He's a fucking terrorist.
Meanwhile, if he had a turban and his last name was like, Khan.
And because he doesn't hold a Quran, he's a fucking
human.
He's a human.
Yeah.
He's a terrorist. And this is the thing. And I don't know if people are just dumb or, for the lack of better words, not woke, but we live in a country that is still racist than a motherfucker. And you literally have the main Klansmen at the reins of our country at this point, who not only, because we're going to get into Puerto Rico, but to watch this motherfucker, fly his orange ass over there to a fucking place where these people, they're American citizens.
Talking about Puerto Rico, yes.
That have limited rights. I mean, they don't have all the rights that we do in our country, but they are American citizens or considered American citizens. They already feel disenfranchised somewhat. You go over there 12 days after they are hit by the biggest hurricane they've ever had. People, still 90% of the country has no electricity. Could you imagine no electricity? We ain't even talking about getting your hair done or turning lights on to brush your teeth. They don't even have running water.
Yeah.
Wow.
No cell service.
No cell phones. You
Right.
can't even call your family. You can't call out for help. This is the state. 12 days to get there. I couldn't even imagine. So I literally was sitting in my apartment thinking how I feel when I go for 2 days without drinking water. This motherfucker flies over there, and his form of comfort is, first, he did a press conference with the governor and said, how many people died here? 16? That's not as bad as Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah. And said that they're throwing their budget out of whack.
Yeah.
The tragedy is throwing his budget out of whack. And then went in and was literally throwing, shooting like he was throwing a basketball, rolls of paper towels to a crowd of people who were just as sick as him, taking fucking pictures and video of it. Like they were watching a fucking reality star, visit the set of their new show. It's all the way around disgusting.
Yeah.
This country is not what Barack Obama left. And then people are going to say, oh, well, they just all black and they all support Obama because he's black. Nah. Barack Obama in every way was classy. We don't even have no class no more.
Nope.
And what he had empathy. That's what he had.
Yeah.
He had empathy. Donald Trump does not. He doesn't have the ability to have empathy. He doesn't, God.
If you are black in America and you are listening to this,
He's chilling.
You are seen in this country as less than. That is just the way it is. I don't give a fuck how you dress it up. I don't care how much makeup, what clothes, what friends you got, how many white friends you got, what your credit score is, what side of town you live on, whether you drink, don't drink, whether you've ever smoked crack or not. All of it. We are all lined up equally black to the people that matter in this country. And if you think about it, and people say, oh, no, that ain't true because I got white friends in my work. I have white friends, too, that like black people. But when it comes to institutional govern in this country, whether it's political influenced or whether it's credit or whether it's whatever. I got pulled over by the police the other day on the way to the airport, and I was afraid. I ain't got no reason to be afraid. It is ingrained in us to be afraid, to live in terror, and this motherfucker that people put in office, I hope you realize what you did because you've ruined the country. And when you think about the biblical days, and when you think about, and I'm not going to go there all the way, but I remember growing up being afraid of the last days. My mother used to always say, we are living in our last days. We really are right now.
Yeah.
If you look at the words in the Bible about destruction with the weather and the this and that, and then now him and Rocket Man, this shit is really getting scary. So I called Melyssa and I said, or we were together at lunch, and I said, you think we're going to die? And she said, yeah. That shit really hit me because you were really serious.
I was really depressed when I was in Toronto. Obviously, I was dealing with my mom and her health issues and thinking about life without her and what that would look like. So I wasn't in a really good mind state, but I was thinking about, just everything that had happened, Hurricane Harvey and then Hurricane Irma and then Hurricane Maria,
and why are all the hurricanes
3.
named after Spanish people?
I think Harvey's not.
No, that's some racist shit too. Why Maria Juan?
Katrina's not.
Katrina's black. So why are they black and Spanish?
They go by way of.
Who the fuck names them?
They go by way of the alphabet.
Nah.
They do.
Really?
HIJK. Yes.
Okay, so we had Katrina.
What was the L one?
We had Katrina.
So what it is hurricanes and tropical storms.
Who was the L?
So there was I can't remember who the L was, but the J was Jose. Don't say nothing about it being a Spanish name.
It's a Spanish name.
I don't fucking know. Maybe
Why
it's
can't
their
it be
turn
Jim?
right now.
No, I need Hurricane Jim. What about Hurricane Jane?
Hurricane Jim sound a little bit more
No,
nicer,
what about
right?
Hurricane Jane or Hurricane Donnie?
Hurricane Dewan.
You know what? And I'm telling you, listen. When they talk about,
we do have Hurricane Donnie. It's lasting. It's looking like it's gonna last 4 motherfucking years.
When they say stay woke, people pay the fuck attention to details. I'm just saying, shit ain't adding up. And you know what? I ain't even on the all pro black need my reparation type shit. I ain't even on the 40 acres and a mule and you owe me this and that. Because if you think about it, we built a fucking country that was robbed by some other motherfuckers and then told get the fuck out. Yeah. And now we got a leader who is not even, making it clear that he ain't represent all Americans. He represent that 39% that's supporting his punk ass. Mm-hmm. And you can't say shit like you want the nigga to die, because then all of a sudden the CIA and everybody's up your ass. And I'm not saying I want him to die. If he did die of a heart attack, fuck him. I wouldn't even. I would piss on his grave because he's a piece of shit. He ain't nothing but a fucking man. Yeah, he's the president, but fuck him. Because how can you literally not care about human life or people because they're not putting money in your pockets or because they're not white? How can you humanize the Ku Klux Klan and say that there were some fine people, and then on the other side demoralize African Americans or people of color or people who from an Islamic faith because they don't look or talk like you? You said our first black president, which to me was a monumental moment for all of us African Americans who grew up thinking we couldn't be shit. Mm-hmm. You said he wasn't even American. Mm-hmm. That's racist. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's still okay, man. Fuck that. All my friends, and I ain't gonna say their names, who voted for Trump, support Trump because they're Republican and voted down that man. Fuck you. You ain't no friend of mine. Yeah,
when I was in Toronto, I was talking to my best friend and her fiance, and they actually they think that he was a better choice than Hillary. I had to stop the conversation because she's my best friend of 3 years, and I want to still love her. Mm-hmm. I couldn't go down that road of having an argument with her because I just didn't see it ending well, you know? So I just realized at this point, I will never, ever, ever discuss American politics with her ever, ever, ever again if I want to continue to love her.
Ever? I was at an event last night, like I said, at the top of the show with some billionaires and millionaires, and I'm walking around in my red trench coat looking at these motherfuckers sideways because they talking about solar power energy shit that's just for smart people. I'm smart, but I ain't that type of shit smart. Mm-hmm. And the guy talking to me said, so what do you do? I said, well, I own a media company called Hollywood Unlocked, and this is what we do and blah, blah, blah. And then I said, yeah. He goes, oh, okay, yeah. You know, I work with the White House. I'm friends with so-and-so, me and Donnie and whatever. He's humanizing little Donnie, little fuck boy. And I said, you know what? Well, fuck the White House. Right. No. And so I'm here with this guy who's like super wealthy. And he had introduced, I said, well, fuck the White House. That's just how I feel. And I don't believe in talking politics with strangers because I don't know where you stand. And clearly you're his friend. He goes, oh, no, we can talk about it. I said, okay, cool. Your friend's a fucking racist bitch. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
You said it just like that.
And he was like, well, I'm not racist. I said, no, he ain't either.
Yeah.
To you.
Yeah.
To everybody on TV. He ain't gonna say that. But he's a fucking racist.
Yeah.
And I said, and if because you're in the saddle, you have some extra access or some other prestige or something, maybe that all feels good when you go to sleep at night. But you know what? One day, if a white man rapes your daughter or some other shit, or your white neighbor blows up your neighborhood or sells your mama crack, is it crack? Is it rape? Is that what it is, or is it a racial thing? Because y'all motherfuckers, you've created a social genocide on black people because of what you said we are.
Right.
Then you've planted the seed by how you only commiserate, is that the right word? With people of your kind to show that this is what you have to be to get it all.
Yeah.
And then you shit on the whole world because we don't act like you or look like you. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That conversation was really uncomfortable. I left the party earlier. I just wasn't feeling it because I don't just want to sit around and talk about money. I want to talk about real shit.
Right.
So I left. Fuck you, Donald Trump.
Oh yeah. On that note, fuck you, Donald
and
Trump.
And fuck the whole West Wing. The whole White House is a staff. Fuck them all. They all. Have you ever seen White House, the movie with Jamie Foxx and
Gerard Butler?
No. Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum. White House Down.
Oh no.
Oh, they blow up the White House.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine if the power in the White House went out? A generator. My point is the infrastructure is set up to make sure that they don't suffer.
Trump doesn't seem to have the ability to put himself in anybody else's shoes, nor does he have the desire to do so. He just doesn't give a solid fuck about anything. He really doesn't. If it does, I mean, like, if I was living in Puerto Rico and I was dealing with what I was dealing with, like no running water, no power, no cell service, so I can't communicate with loved ones in the outside world, but I hear that this motherfucker, all he's doing is tweeting about people taking a knee at football games. I'm like, hi, we're dying. Slow, painful deaths over here. Hi, we're the Commonwealth of the U.S. Like, what the fuck?
I had a real experience. So remember I told you before the last segment that I had a friend who had flown from Germany and was in the middle of the war zone with all the shooting and all that, right?
Yeah.
So the next day we had business to do.
Yeah.
Because I have a meeting with the president of Rock Nation coming up and I have a presentation, right? Mm-hmm. So I get on the phone the next day. I'm like, okay, so what's up? Here, I want to do this. I want to do that. And they were like, I'm not even in the right frame of mind to talk to you right now. I was in the middle of a massacre.
Right.
Where I grew up was a massacre every fucking day. Chicago is a massacre every fucking day. The Bronx, Harlem, everywhere where there's a hood, okay, there's a massacre. But they don't live that, so they don't understand that.
Right.
So I had a cultural awakening.
Yeah.
I am talking to a person who's of privilege, who doesn't understand this is what we got. We are desensitized to because it's rampant in our communities because you're squeezing us the fuck out by allowing genocide to take place in our communities and say, look, it's just niggas killing niggas. No, but you know what? Let Richie Rich's neighborhood have a shootout happen. It's terrorism.
Right.
Because those, whatever the fuck it is, because they're not used to it. I would love for just a month to switch places. Yeah. Put all of the people in the hood, as they call it. I'm just saying that, referencing it for all the motherfuckers trying to understand the conversation. Put them in the suburbs and put those motherfuckers in the projects.
Wake up real quick.
Put them in the communities that are riddled with bullets every day. Make your kid. I would love to see Trump's kid walk from his house in a real rural community to the liquor store and back.
Or even just the south side of Chicago.
They ain't got liquor stores in those communities.
Right.
Why? Because we put them in ours.
Yeah.
Every corner.
Racism is fucking real. People better wake up. And all the people out there, I don't give a fuck if you Democrat, liberal, and fuck Bernie Sanders too, because his bitch ass should have came out and supported Hillary Clinton. When his ass lost, I don't give a fuck how you lost, why you lost.
He did. His supporters didn't.
No, he didn't fast enough. Bernie Sanders, if you go back and rewind time, he sat and waited. Waited.
I mean, I'm not going to listen.
You know why? Because he was mad because the DNC wanted to push Hillary and they found out. Okay, but you lost, nigga. You lost.
Yeah.
You lost. It's over. Now you have to pick a side. What Jay-Z say? Well, who said pick a side?
But don't you feel like, Hillary lost in the same fashion that Bernie did? The DNC pushed the agenda, which was first there was a black man, now there's going to be a woman in office. That's what it was going to happen. And Trump, please, he's a joke. He's not going to win. This is Hillary's time. So they were like, Bernie, just go sit down. Don't you feel like she lost in the same fashion that Bernie lost the nomination, wasn't given the...
Bernie, you were a victim of white privilege? Oh, a nigga didn't do that, Bernie. You a victim? Oh, no, I don't feel sorry for Bernie. Fuck Bernie too. And the nigga with low-key was too old to be president. He would have probably died midterm, and then what?
But Trump ain't no younger. Shit.
I think that they're pretty close in age. Trump's like 72. I think Bernie's like 74 or something like that.
Is Jared Kushner in prison yet for the emails on the private server?
No, but they've also found out that there was more than just Jared Kushner with using private emails.
You know
These people, it's unbelievable what they're able to get away with.
Stop calling it that. It's white privilege.
Okay, well, it's white privilege.
See, we're so ingrained to say, I can't believe that. You can't believe, you worked for Black Nigga Television before. White privilege is real. If you wake up and look at it for what it is, you don't have to be all militant pro-black or, fist comb in the hair and all that, but you can say it what it is. It is not unbelievable. It's white privilege. Because they are controlling it all in a way. And then they get caught and say, okay, only Trump could say Hillary needs to lock her up, crooked Hillary, blah, blah, blah. Then his family get caught for the same shit, and we ain't even heard a press conference about it.
Not a nan.
Not a tweet.
Yeah,
not a nan.
Because we're still focused on Russia and their collusion.
Fuck that Cheeto.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, what else?
I've been really inspired to listen to Public Enemy these days. Like my favorite Public Enemy song is
Fight the Power.
No, is Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos. That's my favorite.
Flavor Flav was just so ugly I couldn't even get into the group.
Jesus Christ.
You want to talk about black on black crime? His face is.
Welcome to the Terror Dome. I love that song.
For the love of Flavor Flav. If you signed up for I love you, New York. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, anyways, why don't we just go on to something else? So
somebody let Flavor Flav slide in their pussy though.
Many girls, because he got a lot of kids. A lot.
Can you imagine? And with a big old clock banging on your face while he's all up in your guts.
Yeah, boy.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, Gio. So it's so funny that
sometimes when a girl's squirting, her pussy's throwing up.
Oh my God.
It's like, why is this dick in me? Just a random thought. I know people are like, nah, y'all niggas talk about whatever. Go ahead. Sorry. I've been up since 5 o'clock, people.
I got the most horrible visual in my mind just now. Okay, get it out. Get it out. Okay. Anyway, so Gio, it's so funny that you were talking.
But Flavor Flav got a big ass dick from what New York said. So would you let him hit?
Never. I'm sorry, Flav. I'm so sorry.
Daniel Sunjata.
For fuck's sake. He didn't hit it either.
No, but for our followers who
That
follow the
motherfucker
show, they
fucked
still
up.
tweet me every other month and bring Daniel Sunjata out. I'm like,
That's hilarious. You guys are funny.
okay, sorry.
You guys are funny. Word on the street is he has a really big dick too. I wouldn't know. We didn't fuck.
It's online. Google it.
No.
Of course. I've been saw that.
She excited about that.
No, I'm not excited about anything.
Can we get to Cam Newton with his
Shut up.
fine ass?
No, we're gonna talk about him in a second. Anyways, so Gio, you said something earlier about having sex on the first date and how women giving it up have made it too easy for guys. There's actually a study that says millennials are opting out of marriage because sex has basically become too available.
True.
And you're blaming it on women.
No,
You're
I'm
blaming it on
people.
women.
I'm gonna say people.
You're blaming it on women because
apps
women
and
just
shit.
are giving it up too early, so men have nothing to work for. So you blame it on women.
No, I blame it on I blame it on both parties. These
Right.
dating apps, I blame it on social media. Like it's just readily available right there in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
Right in the DM. What's
Well,
up? What's your name?
it was in the palm of my hand when I got off the plane this morning.
What? Not no vagina.
Available sex,
Self-pleasure because
motherfucker.
of the internet.
Oh, I get-
It was
oh,
a
yeah,
joke
yeah,
that fell flat because you didn't get it.
I did.
'Cause you
But no,
didn't
my
get it.
girl made me wait 3 months.
Really?
That's the longest I ever wait for sex.
Okay.
But you said on the other hand, you had a situation where the first night, then you guys got engaged 2 years later, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but this was before social media. I don't think that Twitter even existed at this time.
Wow.
When no, it definitely did not exist at this time. Social media was not, the thing. So, I didn't have to worry. I mean, I had to worry about where he was sticking his dick because he was cheating on me. But that was just his accessibility as, I guess, an athlete. And his inferiority complex that his career was on a down slope and mine was on, the upswing.
Right.
So he couldn't really deal.
I think dating apps just give you access if you can't get it, but I don't know if that has a direct correlation. Not wanting to get married. I just personally don't want to get married. Well, first I went through phases. My first phase of not getting married was, could I really see myself in a wedding with another man? That was my first phase because no. Well, it's gonna be me, him, and the dogs.
Right.
I'm not with that. Then and it was illegal.
Right.
Then it became legal, and I started thinking, well, could I get married or would I get married? Then it was like, who would I marry? Because that means that's the only person for the rest of my life. And I'm still young.
Not necessarily.
And I don't need a caretaker.
If you guys have an open relationship,
That's not marriage, though.
why? Who says?
Because marriage is supposed to be between one person and another person, right?
Yeah.
that marriage is a contract.
It says for sick worse,
I
not
agree
for
with
as
both
many.
of you guys.
but it doesn't say anything about I'm gonna fuck you forever and that's it.
It says till
Death do us part. Okay, so you're together, but the rules are you make up your own rules.
I get both of you guys' opinions. But so you saying if your man wanted to marry you and have
Gio,
somebody
you're
else?
supposed to have what is your opinion?
My opinion is I believe marriage is a covenant between two people and most importantly with the Lord above. So I do believe when you're married, it should be the one person. I do. But I do agree with Melyssa, like a marriage is whatever you make your rules to be.
Yeah,
So
because for some people it
I
doesn't
see
work
both
that
ways.
way. Yeah, for Hugh Hefner it didn't work that way. God rest his soul.
Yeah, but then his girl died and she wasn't even about to get no money. If you sucked Hugh Hefner's dick, you deserve to get a check. You worked for that check. That mouth worked for that check. The minute that nigga died, I would have rolled over and went straight to wellsfargo.com and went in to see if I had a direct pay.
You think, listen, we cannot speak ill of the dead, but I really want to ask this question.
Why
Do you
can't
think-
we? We ain't speaking ill of the
Okay,
dead.
because I was saying, do you think Hugh was fucking these girls?
Duh.
Of course.
His old ass.
That's what Viagra's for.
We don't know how he died. He probably died getting fucked.
I mean, I think that happened to Isaac Hayes.
No, he died of respiratory failure, and they say that E. coli kind of played a role in that.
Well, either
a resistant form of it.
Rest in
Drug
peace, Hugh
resistant.
Hefner.
Yeah.
But the nigga could have broke his girl off with a little bit more than $5 million. He was worth how much? What is
No,
he
they
worth?
only say he was worth $40 million.
Okay, she could have got 20. It was his wife.
He had a lot of kids.
She could have got 10. 5 million? Like,
That's better than no million.
I'd be
You could-
insulted.
You could stretch $5 million out, invest a lot of it and shit like that. Anyways, whatever. So that's basically the study, and it's sad because it's true. Millennials aren't trying to get married because sex is cheap.
Move on, Melyssa.
Okay.
Goddamn, we get it.
Okay.
Niggas is on the internet.
All right. Well, Cam Newton is in the news. He has been dropped from one of his biggest sponsors, Dan & Yogurt, because he made some sexist comments about a woman reporter who asked him questions, during a press conference about running routes. And he was basically like, that's really funny. A woman asking me questions about, running routes on the football field. So Dan dropped him. They were one of his biggest sponsors. I mean, did you not see Cam Newton in the supermarket aisle, like pushing Dan and Yogurt?
I don't go to the supermarket.
No, the commercials. No. He was constantly pushing Dan and Yogurt.
No, but I did see Amber Rose posted his video on her page and said, see, ladies, this is why it's important to build a platform to bring awareness to how men, basically it was a feminist post.
I didn't see the video with Cam, but I think I see what he I think he was joking. Like,
no, he wasn't joking. He wasn't joking. And then when she went back,
but if somebody said to me or you in a press conference and said, hey, so there's a lot of drive-by shootings happening in Chicago and all these African Americans are dying, and it was a white man, you said, oh, that's funny, a white man asking me about drive-by shootings. People would take offense to that,
right?
You know what I mean?
Apparently, the journalist that he insulted went back, to the locker room area to ask for clarification. Did you actually mean that stupid shit you just said? And he refused to apologize, and apparently he doubled down on his comments. So,
I mean, I saw him at Coachella. He's a cocky motherfucker. He was walking by. It was him and his two friends, and we were filming. Did you go to who drew? We were filming, and here comes Cam Newton. So I'm like, hey, Cam, can we talk? Okay. Kept on walking. Fuck him.
No, he is
I'm going to go buy some yogurt today, motherfucker. Now.
He's a walking Ken doll. He has been treated like the golden boy pretty much from childhood. I heard that girls used to camp out at Auburn, like literally like in view of his dorm.
Why?
Lining up to have sex with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear about his penis?
No.
Never?
No, and that tells me something. Not hearing about a motherfucker's dick in this industry tells me something, that it's nothing to talk about. That's just my assessment.
Right.
I just really wish he'd get rid of the blonde goatee. I fucking hate it. It just looks like fucking jizz on his chin.
Oh, it's been so good seeing you today, Melissa. People don't have the luxury of sitting across from a beautiful woman with beautiful breasts.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Have their own following.
Thank you.
So you said
you're hilarious.
No, so you said to me that you were that you've been in the gym every day because you're gonna do a fully nude shoot for your birthday, which is coming up next month.
When you say nude,
she's putting her bush on the internet.
Don't start that rumor. I would never.
Are you going naked, just like with an arm over, or?
I'm gonna be. I've not decided if it's gonna be completely nude, but it's gonna be tastefully done. There's not gonna. No, there's gonna be. The essentials are gonna be hidden.
I already have. Yeah, that of course. I already have. I have a photographer for you.
Yeah,
he's great at the nude shit.
We have a ton of photographers.
Yeah, but they can do it too. Everybody, it could just be a nude off. Like everybody could just shoot you.
I would like that.
But I have somebody that actually shoots nude, tastefully nude. And I mean, his name is Richard Franklin. He's amazing.
You got to show a little areola.
I don't have to show shit.
Okay.
Well, people would like that.
Well,
I'm sure they would.
All I know is if I see your labia, you can never come in here.
It's never going to happen. No, I'm never going to do
See how
that.
I know the female vagina? A labia. What is that?
That's inside the vagina.
Is it like the little thing that pops out? I don't know.
No,
what
that's
it
the clitoris.
It's the inner lips.
How many lips y'all got?
I got like 4.
That's too many lips for me. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, so Nia Guzman, Chris Brown's baby mama, has filed a restraining order.
Can we stop calling her Chris Brown's baby mama? Can she be Royalty Brown's mother?
Okay, Royalty Brown, Chris Brown's daughter. It's her mother.
Why do we have to keep attaching Chris to this girl? Is that how we know her?
Yes.
I love Nia, so.
That's how I know her. I'm sorry. How else should people know her? By Love and Hip Hop?
She's not on Love and Hip Hop.
But she was on it.
No.
Oh, shit.
That's Nia Riley.
Okay, look. For people like me who did not know, now I've been schooled.
So Nia Guzman.
Yes. She's filed a restraining order against, do you know?
Chris Brown?
No. Against a former girlfriend of hers, a girl by the name of Shakur, who I actually know.
Is Shakur a nice girl? Or
Okay, I don't know her like that.
She's a gangster.
She raps. So
Man, with a name like Shakur, come on.
she raps. So apparently, Shakur wrote a diss record pointed at Nia, and it said something to the effect, "I really hate this bitch. I won't take my foot off your neck. You lucky I love your little daughter like I do, because we would have already run the fuck up on you."
Wow.
Are you rapping right now?
I'm not rapping. I am not rapping.
And then she said an extra. And then she said an
but then
extra,
she also claimed that Nia does tons of cocaine and has a disease-infested mouth.
Damn.
Okay, well, I know Nia Guzman personally, and while I've never been all up in her mouth, Nia is like the sweetest girl.
Right.
So I don't understand it. And I think she gets a bad rap because it's easy to throw it on her because of the whole Chris Brown relationship.
Right. Well, she's got a restraining order against Shakur where she has to stay at least 100 yards away from Nia and baby Royalty.
Royalty is the cutest little girl.
She is so adorable. Cute. Oh, she's so adorable.
I don't care what you say about Masika Keyshia and whether or not her and Fetty Wap did it or Chris Brown. Those two kids, Kari and is it Kari or Kahari and Royalty Brown, are some really beautiful kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but I do have a question. Why hasn't Chris Brown promoted Royalty's clothing line?
There's a clothing line?
Yeah.
Really? I never know that.
And a makeup line.
Hold on, I'm sorry. How old is Royalty?
It's for kids. Like if you're at Toys R Us and you're checking out, there's a little cute little kitty makeup.
I'm not putting my child in makeup.
Well,
my sister had makeup.
At what age?
5.
Your sister was wearing makeup at 5.
Nails painted and everything.
Okay, nails painted I think are different than makeup,
That's makeup
on a child.
No, it's not that kind of makeup. It's like lip gloss and like.
No, a child does not need to be wearing lip gloss.
Why?
Are you kidding?
No, I don't understand. Why can't a little
Because there's something called pedophiles out there that like to sexualize fucking young children, and makeup doesn't do anything to help that. That was the whole criticism behind John Benet Ramsey and her murder was, the criticism her mother faced was like, you sexualized your own daughter.
Her parents killed her, honey.
Listen, look, we're not going to go down that road.
If Royalty Brown wants to push her makeup line in Toys R Us and her little fashion line, her daddy should be supporting it too.
Okay, well, look, she ain't my child.
So your kid can't wear no Chanel lipstick or
absolutely not. Absolutely not. My daughter. No.
I get mad at my 15-year-old window.
No.
So how old is what is the right age?
I'm like 16.
I would let
That's so old. She's already in high school.
Yeah, no.
I would let my daughter start to play with makeup, like use makeup, and very, very little, maybe around the age of 14, 15, maybe.
Mm-hmm. No, but at 10 when she's
No.
11?
No.
12.
No. Let me tell you something. As far as I'm concerned, your skin is your greatest, beauty.
Right.
Exactly. Like your skin. Let that be.
Okay.
Let that be what makes you beautiful.
Well, I'm just letting you know.
Clear skin.
If I have a daughter, she's gonna be a bad bitch.
Makeup does not make her a bad bitch.
No, but not having it don't make you a non-bad bitch too.
I just don't agree.
She gonna have her J's on some days, and then she gonna have her fur and her Chanel lipstick on another. And she may be 10. Yeah. And she may push up on the next bitch like, bitch, what?
At
my
10?
lip gloss is popping.
Yeah, well.
All right, well, thank you everybody for listening. Fuck all the haters that don't like what I had to say. Suck a dick. We out. Bye.
Bye, everybody.